Hello, minions, and welcome back to MinionCraft. Um, thanks, Sarah. Um, Today I'm gonna show you what I've been working on down here in my mob area. Um, as you can see, there've been quite a few changes. I was upwards of 800 entities down here. So I went ahead and culled the herds of all my animals and stuff down here. I tore out the egg collection piece of this because I had just way too many eggs anyway, and the glitch with the chicken swimming is still annoying when you go outside of 24 blocks. There's still a little lag spike that happens because of that. So I tore that out, cut the chickens down. I'm going to revamp that farm anyway to hopefully try some cool new stuff. Because of all the slimes spawning down here, I'm putting in these half slabs, and I've lowered the rail track to reduce the places for to hopefully eliminate the places for large slimes to spawn, but and reduce where small slimes can spawn. But what's happening is I'm gonna have to also slab in at least the pig area and the chicken area, because now that I've reduced the spawn pads out here, more of them are spawning inside of these actual pens. So that's a to-do thing. That's all gonna be kind of just maintenance stuff. So that'll all be done on my own. It's tedious, and I've been doing it. But see some improvements I've made to my mob spawner, and basically I finally got around to closing this whole area up. So now it's travelable. The collection area goes underneath, and now I've created an automatic collection facility under here, and I guess I don't have an access really built into it, so let's see if we can break our way down in here. So, actually, can I might leave an access in here, who knows. But not right now. Anyway, so here's where the water flow goes in. I think this is all safe. Yeah, so here you can see the old collection facility. I still have the tripwire there hooked to the note block. But now it drops into a hopper, and these hoppers are all connected like a pipe. And to raise it, I'm using droppers hooked to clocks, so when an item hits inside the dropper, it activates the comparator, which triggers this clock, which shuts off once this hopper is empty. And then that feeds up into that, and that goes in there, and that feeds up from there. And that pipe feeds all the way underneath the spawn chamber, which is just a safe area for me to AFK while I'm getting loots. And so then under there comes into a stack of droppers, and they're all I run them with alternating clocks every other level, which this clock will dispense items into that hopper, which will automatically dispense items into that hopper, and then the next clock picks it up, and that carries it all the way to the top, where this forces it into those hoppers, which force it into the chest. And the reason I'm using a chest here as an intermediary is because right now, from this side, I have a pipe going through the ceiling that actually leads over to these chests. Dang it. Get in there. It leads through the ceiling to those chests. Maybe we can actually see that mob drop. So you can see it clicking through. So this goes into that pipe, which runs through the ceiling. And I'm going to show you kind of what I've got set up here. Distributes out to the chests. And using the double chest here allows me to put another hopper on this side that will lead to a pipe that I've already cut out a spot for over here, so that I can put chests on the other side when I decide to expand. This will have to have a lot more output before that's necessary. But right now, the original storage I did basically just dumps everything in to these chests, and they're stacked so that when this one fills up and the hopper fills up, then it just fills from bottom to top. But this, and what I'm going to show you tonight, is item filtering. So basically the way this is working right now is this is my overflow, my catch-all. So it's got you know, gunpowder and all that nonsense. And this one is filtered, and it's just collecting bones. And I'll show you how that works, and we're going to set up another one here. Ooh, hopefully I have the materials for the chests. Oh, I didn't bring materials for the chests. Wait, do I have any wood out here? I don't think I have any wood out here either. Oh, that's annoying. I thought I was prepared for this, but you know what? I'm going to go fetch some chests, and I'll be right back. Okay, got some chests here. So these will go right here, and we need to dig this out so that these can open, and I'll fill in the top. But let me show you first kind of how this works, and the way that the filtering works. This is not my design, but it is a modification of a design. This circuitry right here with this feedback loop is not my design. But essentially, I got this pipe of hoppers across the top up there. You can see passing through. It goes all the way down to the end. And this is my catch-all, which is very straightforward. It's just a hopper pulling down out of the pipe, and then these each go into a different chest. So the way it works is the items drop all the way to the bottom and feed into the bottom chest. When the bottom chest is full, then this hopper will fill up. And when that hopper is full, then it will start filling this chest. And then when this hopper fills up, it will fill up that chest. And really, nothing should hardly ever end up over here because it's overflow. Things should all get caught by the filter. But just in case, it's good to have an overflow. And also, if I ever, you know, like when I was showing you, if I ever break a block or something that doesn't hit a filter, it will dump into the overflow. So actually, before I do this, actually I can always change these filters really easily, so it doesn't matter how I set them up. But what this does is very straightforward. The this hopper pulls down out of the pipe, and as you can see, this doesn't point down; it points forward, which is one of the key aspects of this design that I was having trouble figuring out. So that because it doesn't point down, it won't automatically feed down, but the bottom one will pull it out. So there's that torch down under here off of this, which will deactivate this hopper. So we've got these two hoppers, and so right now this one is deactivated, and this one, so this one, since it doesn't point down, it won't feed down into that. And since this one's deactivated, it won't pull items out of here. So this one just sits here, and when it collects items, more than 6 bones, then it will increase this signal output from the comparator from 1 to 2 levels. And the reason it's doing this is because of how full this is. Since Ender Pearls only stacks to 16 instead of 64, that contributes to how full this is, and so after 6 items, this increases its power to the second signal, which powers this block. As you can see there, a bone just went through, and another one, which powers this block, turns on that repeater, which shuts off this torch, which activates that hopper. And this hopper is pointed towards this hopper, and these hoppers are just staggered, just like the other one, 1, 2, 3. So once this triggers, this feeds into this hopper, and then it will filter all the way down to the bottom, and then it'll fill from the bottom up like that. But since we have bones here, only bones will fill up this spot, and whenever there's more than 6 bones, then these will start to drain. So I will show how that works. Those damn slimes, man. Let me go deal with this stupid ass slime. Well, at least the small one. See, this is what I'm going for with these slabs, is to hopefully make it so only the small ones can spawn down here. But let's grab just a few of these. Grab 15. And I'll show you the way it works, and then we'll build another one right here for these, so you can see how it's done. But I can just inject these into the system. You can see once this trips up, and actually you just saw an arrow go through from a mob drop. They'll trigger, and they'll go all the way up here where they, and this behavior collects them all, feeds them into that chest, and then they will all move across here. You can see them starting to trigger, and see how they're, as it goes up, it's filtering them through, and they've all filtered through, and that's it. It's processed all of them, and now they're all in the bottom chest. So pretty simple. I mean, it's a somewhat complicated design, but it's relatively simple in its concept and execution, especially since you see the design of the circuit here, which is a repeater and a comparator, and 2 pieces of redstone and a torch, which is nice. So yeah, let's build one. So we need a torch. We need 5 of these. I need 2 of these for cleaning up after. I need some redstone. And a repeater and a comparator. Okay, that should be all I need. So here's what we're going to do. Is we got to, I'm going to need to dig out another space here for these. So let's do that. So you can see that pipe is up there. That's what we're dealing with. Should I just, you know, I might just go ahead and dig out this whole region here. I probably, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and take a second, clean up this, just because I like the uniformity. There we go. Okay. And I'll just open it up as I go. Alright, so first thing we need here is, I'll go ahead and fill this up. This is a cosmetic thing, but it's also useful for placing the blocks. So if I put these stone slabs here, then this chest can still open, but from the other side it looks a little cleaner because it's not that big gap up there. And it allows me to place these hoppers more easily, so they can go here. And so that's, again, like the top one where it feeds into this block. That way it won't automatically feed down. And then we're going to set this one so it feeds into a hopper that's over here. So these 3 are going to be standard, and then this one needs to feed into that hopper. So that's our hopper setup. So it comes there, and then when this one activates, it'll pull items out of that one and then dump them into here for sorting. So now all we need to do is wire this up. And so we need that there, and we need a block here. And actually, I kind of got a little anxious with those. Oh, did one of them dropped into there? Oh yeah, since this isn't got the filter set up yet, this is going to catch my mob drops until it's properly set up. So this is going to deactivate that, but this one's still going to collect items, I believe. You can hear that processing. I wonder if we're going to see it collect any of them. Anyway, doesn't matter. And so we want this here. We need the comparator coming out of that. We need this and that. We put the repeater in here. I already put that redstone up there, so we need this redstone. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, no, I didn't. There we go. So put that redstone there. And so now the circuit is set up. So all we need to do is, well, first of all, put these hoppers back in place. And then we need to set the filter. And so we're going to need to decide what we want to be in this set of chests. So we got bones here. And then this one's going to be, I'll let rotten flesh go into the overflow just because. Screw rotten flesh. So let's do gunpowder. How about that? We'll set this one up for gunpowder. I'm still going to have to clean it up, but okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull these out of here. We set this there. We put gunpowder there. And now the filter should be set, and we'll see this run down until it gets down to 6. Make it a little quicker for you. And when it gets to 6, it's going to stop. Yep. Okay, so that's got that. Ooh, do I have... No, thought I had some. Freaked out because my mouse jumped. Okay, so let me check and make sure I got these all cleared out. Alright, so right now that's filtering properly. Nothing snuck through into here. This is still bones. So actually, let's just feed all this back into the system. And let it come back here. Now, I'm not 100% certain exactly why this is, but I don't think it's deactivating this hopper. Like, I don't think any of this power being applied here is locking this hopper. I guess it's possible, but what I found is that this hopper collects the items until it stops being filled, and then it feeds them out. So when you put a lot of items in there, this actually processes until that's full before anything goes out, which is strange. I don't know. I haven't experimented with it to figure out if it's really because this is being powered and so it's powering that. I don't know. Or maybe it's just the behavior of how it handles items being sent into it. Maybe because it's in collect mode, it's not putting output. So we'll actually, because of the gunpowder in there, once this hits maximum here, I think you'll see it start to process out. And it may only do one at a time, because as it processes out and the new one's fed up in. Or maybe we'll see an interesting clog situation. I don't know. I haven't tried it with this kind of input before. So let's see what happens. Oh, see, so as it's processing items out, and it's going to process items back in. So those will have processed through to the junk box. We won't really see that. Or actually back into the bone box. And as it's still processing out here. Let's see what it does. Oh, look, so now it's feeding in and out as it's counting down. So it is actually processing. So if we go look, we should actually see this filling up. So now we know it's filtering. And actually, let's go look at the filter just so you can see again how it's working. See, as that goes above 6 to 7, this extends from 1 pulse block to 2, so you can see that one flashing on and off as that toggles back and forth. And then when that activates, it is pulsing this, which is shutting that torch right there on and off. Well, unless I place a block here that's going to cause that to fail. Did I? That may have finished processing. I don't think I horked it up by placing that block there. Yeah, it looks like it's still processing. The clicking noises just stopped. Interesting. Let's see what we got up there. That one's processing through. Okay, this one's filling down because this is finally empty. So it's actually processed through. Now we can see the bones going, and those will be processed into here. While the gunpowder is continuing to be processed into here. And so now we've got those filters set up. So now we've got bones filtering into here, gunpowder filtering into here, and arrows and zombie meat will filter into here until I build those. And it looks like I can fit one more set here before I'll have to either switch to the other side, or I figure I'm going to leave that as overflow. So actually I probably won't, because there's only 4 sets of items. There's arrows, because I can't get spiders in my spawner. There's arrows, meat, rotten meat, bones, and gunpowder. So if I set up the next one for arrows, then by default this will all be rotten flesh, because it will be the only thing not being caught by a filter. So that will be a good kind of convenience thing to separate it out. So if I know I need bones or bone meal or something, I can come straight down here. And the output from this is getting pretty good. I've expanded it a little bit. I don't know how much I've shown on that, but I've developed a pretty good system for expanding this. So I will show you how that works. And I also built the wall straight up to the top. So you can see I've climbed a ways. I went ahead and built this wall up till dirt level. I need to figure out how I want to make that uniform. But and then I use this infinite water supply as I'm building each level, because at the very end I got to fill in all these water spots. So I've been creating these escalating infinite water things. So when I build this level, I move this up. So you can see I have one on the other side as well. I scoot it up as I build extra levels, which allows me to build more efficiently. That side, you get the gist. It's the same. I'm not going to go show you. But like I said, for my process, because, again, a little bit of my efficiency and OCD, I went through and actually did the calculations and counted. And per unit material, so for each individual spawning platform, of which there are 4 per level, for each individual one, which is 1/4 of a level, it takes 2 pistons, 16 redstone, 40 stone, 16 glass, 14 pressure plates, stone pressure plates, and 2 redstone torches per level. So then per layer, so 4 units per layer, it takes 8 pistons, 64 redstone, 160 stone, 64 glass, 56 stone pressure plates, 8 redstone torches, and the 19 stone slabs is the walkway divider that I put at the end, which allows me access into each level. So these are the stone slabs, and what they do is, because they're at the bottom, they're bottom half slabs, nothing can spawn in here, even though it's kept dark. But it also allows me access to each level. In case, I don't know, in case I have to do a repair, or when I'm building the other levels and I fall down, I can actually, when I fall down and I go, oh, my legs are broken, I can hop back up and at least get back out of here. So I've got that set up so it's more efficient, and it also allows me to do this. I've set up a chest of levels, so each row is all the materials I need to build an entire level of that. So I leave this one full, basically, as a prototype, and then I can basically make sure I have enough materials and set up a level at a time, and I can just take these items, throw them down in my taskbar, and I know this is exactly what I need to build an entire new level on the mob spawner, which has made it less guess and check. I haven't had to go up and down to get materials because I wasn't sure how many I had, so I know I have enough for a level, which allows me to go up, build an entire level, and then I can easily look at the chest and be like, okay, if I need to fill it in, okay, what's missing that I don't have enough of? I've got some extra materials here. I've smelted a lot of glass, and I'm actually going through a lot of my stone. I've gotten to the point where I'm not through all of my smooth stone, but I've used enough of it that I'm starting to smelt my cobblestone back into smooth stone. So I've gone through quite a lot. But it's going to be worth it, because I'm going to need a ton of this gunpowder for setting up my fireworks display. Which really, I was thinking about it, kind of how we've gotten down the track we are. And the last kind of room project that we built that was taking advantage of a new feature, I'm thinking back to I think it was actually 1.3, when they added fireworks. I'm also going to put in a minecart elevator in here to allow quicker travel. I could have taken the mic thing up, but I didn't. Ooh, I should have left that. I should have left that stuff down in there. Oh well, I'll take it back. What I was going to show you before we stop here. Oh, I should have gone the other way, because where I wanted to go was actually actually wanted to go here. Yeah, I think it was 1.3 when they added fireworks. And thinking back to, we were like, hey, let's build a fireworks room. And when I built this is when I basically realized that I'm going to need a lot of gunpowder. And this is actually what motivated me to start building my mob spawner. And that mob spawner, this fireworks room and that mob spawner have been the impetus for everything I've pretty much done over the last few months, other than, of course, expanding some of my self-containment farms in here. But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of, it was funny thinking back of why did I start getting derailed on, because I never fought the Wither and this, that, and the other things that I was planning on doing that I never did, and it was because I built the fireworks room first and decided I needed gunpowder, so I decided I needed to build a mob spawner, so I came down here to start building a mob spawner, and then I needed materials to build my mob spawner, and it just kind of, I got kind of sidetracked, and then I started building some of my simpler farms, and yeah, so there's stuff to do. One of the things that I'm going to be doing soon that it will break into some of these, I think I'm going to start trying to do a little bit more kind of multitasking of tasks, in that I'm finding that if I just focus on one task too much, that I'll leave these down here for creating more filters. That if I focus on one task for too long, that's when I start to get kind of burnout, so it'll be good to kind of get some different tasks going. And the next one I want to do, the next major thing I want to do, is to start a village. Whoop! Get me out of here. And to do that, oh man, I need to fix these torches. To do that, I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to have to scout out a spot where I want to put my village. And I'm thinking I'm going to hybrid the village into, I'm going to start building, for lack of a better term, I'm going to start building kind of like warehouses. Where I'm going to start doing some above-ground building. I'm loving my base, and it's getting close to being self-sustaining. But I want to do some more creative builds, some more ornate stuff. This down here is, you know, it's all concrete. It's all stone, just boxes underground, basically. I'm slowly making them a little fancier by adding some decorative effects, but this is basically boxes underground. So what I want to do is basically, I started making some maps, but here's my old map that's of my house. So here's where the house is. There's the top area, the mob spawner. And so there's this forest up here. There's a jungle biome there. I think this is a little bit of plains, and then of course all of this snow. I need to pick a spot out here where I think I'm going to build a village, and this is actually some really interesting cliff-based rocky terrain. I was thinking about building like buildings in cliffs where they're connected by bridges and stuff, which is might be what I do. And then I may clear some of this forest to do some of the things I want to do, but build like above ground things like, you know, decorative buildings, or even like if I want to do like a fancier builds with farms. That way I'm not as compartmentalized down there where I have to fit something inside a box that I either have to build a box that's big enough to hold what I want to do, or I have to fit what I want to do inside of boxes that I've pre-cut out. So this will give me a little more flexibility with that. But I basically need to scout out a spot, so maybe we'll do that. I built some of these maps, so here's this is the highest resolution, the most zoomed in map that you have starting out. So you can see the greenhouse and the trees and the river up there, and then the part of my room that sticks out of the base there, and then this leads up to, that's the spawn thing. So you can see how much these cover if the difference between my base and the spawn building is this entire other map. But that's also giving me an idea to build a map wall. I think will be cool to do. I've created this new map at the highest zoom level to try and expand this area, because this one is a pre-map patch things before they added the zoom levels. That's what this map is for. So this is the most zoomed out. But anyway, the point is there's stuff to do. Gonna have to capture a zombie villager and cure it to start my village, and then start trying to grab some villagers and do some villager trading and good stuff like that. So anyway, lots to do. I probably ought to do when I'm doing my exploring, you know what, to find where we want to put the village, I think I'll talk to you guys about Xbox One and PS4, because I've got stuff I'd like to talk about, especially now that E3 is over. But for now, I'll leave it here. I've already babbled on long enough. Goodbye, minions. I will see you later. Goodbye.
care if they believe in a frickin' giant spaghetti monster behind the moon. As long as it makes them be a better person, who cares?
Well, exactly. For some people.